1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 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 1, 2.
Hi again, welcome back to ingvid.com. I'm Adam. Today I'm going to help you sound a little bit more like a native speaker, hopefully. Students ask me all the time, Hi again, welcome back to ingvid.com. I'm Adam. Today I'm going to help you sound a little bit more like a native speaker, hopefully. Students ask me all the time, Hi again, welcome back to ingvid.com. I'm Adam. Today I'm going to help you sound a little bit more like a native speaker. How can I sound like a native speaker?
How can I sound like a native speaker?
Well, before I say anything, let me
Well, before I say anything, let me just
tell you that it will take time
tell you it will take time
and a lot of practice.
and a lot of practice.
The best way is to live in an English-speaking country, of
The best way is to live in an English-speaking country, of course,
but of course you can do it anywhere.
but of course you can do it anywhere.
But it takes time,
But it takes time.
be patient,
Be patient.
practice.
Practice.
So we're looking at pronunciation.
So we're looking at pronunciation.
Let me start with this word,
Let me start with this word.
pronunciation,
Pronunciation.
not pronunciation.
Not pronunciation.
It is not a pronoun.
It is not a pronoun.
A pronoun is I, me,
A pronoun is I, me,
my, mine.
my, mine.
Pronunciation is how we speak English.
Pronunciation is how we speak English.
So I'm going to give you 3 tips that will help you sound a little
I'm gonna give you 3 tips that will help you sound like a bit more
like a native speaker.
like a native speaker.
We're going to start with
We're gonna start with
connecting words.
connecting words.
Now think about your own language.
Now think about your own language.
Whether you're speaking Spanish or
Whether you're speaking Spanish or
Polish or Chinese,
Polish or Chinese.
you do this in your language as well.
You do this in your language as well.
When you're speaking fast,
When you're speaking fast,
you're taking words and you're squeezing them together.
you're taking words, you're squeezing them together,
Connecting them.
connecting them.
So one word flows into the next word.
So one word flows into the next word.
That's what we're going to do here.
That's what we're gonna do here.
You can connect consonants to consonants.
You can connect consonants to consonants.
What this means,
What this means,
when a word ends in a consonant
when a word ends in a consonant
is B, C, D, F, G, etc.
A consonant is B, C, D, F, G, etc.
A vowel is A, E, I, O, U.
A vowel is A, E, I, O, U.
When a word ends in a consonant
When a word ends in a consonant
and the next word begins with the same consonant,
and the next word begins with the same consonant,
drop the first one.
drop the first one.
So for example, we do not say black coffee.
So we do not say black coffee.
Don't say k. There's only one K. Black coffee.
Black coffee.
Black coffee.
Black coffee.
Okay? Practice that.
Practice that.
Now, T and D,
Now T and D,
these are 2 different consonants.
these are 2 different consonants.
But according to the tongue and the mouth, they
According to the tongue and the mouth,
almost sound the same. So
they almost sound the same.
we do the same thing.
So we do the same thing.
What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
But again, another thing you have to keep in mind is when we say
Oh yeah. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is
it fast, we also
speak it fast. We also
don't really say E. We say like a
don't really say E. We say like a
sort of like a small, we
sort
don't
of like a small
say, oh, sorry. We say sort of a small
sort of a small E.
E. What do you do?
What do you do?
Practice that.
Practice
What do you do?
What do you do? What do you do?
Strange, huh?
Strange, huh?
No T, wa,
No T, wa,
d, y, do.
y,
What do you do?
do. What do
That's
you
how
do?
a native speaker would say it naturally.
So that's the way native speakers say it naturally.
Now, another thing is when a word ends in a consonant,
Another thing, then when a word ends on a consonant
and the next word begins in a vowel,
and the next word begins in a vowel,
make sure you roll it in,
make sure you roll it in.
right?
Right.
Roll the consonant
Roll the consonant
into the vowel
into the vowel
and separate the syllable before.
and separate the syllable before.
A syllable is the vowel sound in a word.
A syllable is a vowel sound in a word.
Okay?
Okay.
So nobody, like
So nobody,
native speakers, don't say not
like native speakers, don't say
at all. Oh no,
not at all.
no, not at all.
Oh,
We don't
not at all.
say it like that. We say,
We don't say it like that. We say
oh, not at all.
no,
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not
Right?
at all.
The T, so this becomes
Right? The T, so these become
na, ta, tall.
not ta,
Na, ta, tall.
No.
Not at all.
not
Okay?
at all.
Say it quickly.
Say it.
Blend the letters one into the next. But again, practice it.
Practice
Now,
it.
for those of you who are going to be taking a
Now for those of you who are going to be taking a test,
test, an English test that involves
an English test that involves
listening,
listening,
IELTS, TOEFL,
IELTS, TOEFL,
TOEIC.
TOEIC.
If you're in Canada, you may be doing
If you're in Canada, you're maybe doing
a CELPIP test, okay?
CELPIP test.
This is going to help you on the listening section as well.
This is going to help you on the listening section as well.
This is one of the things they're testing.
This is one of the things they're testing.
Somebody on the recording will say,
Somebody on the recording will say
not at all.
not at
And
all,
you need to cut.
and you need to cut.
Not at all. You need to
Not
understand the
at all.
separate words. That's
You need to understand the separate words.
part of the test.
That's part of the test.
So practice
So
speaking
practice speaking,
practice listening
practice listening to it.
to it. Another thing we do is we squeeze
Another thing we do is to squeeze some words.
some words, listening to it. Another thing we do is we
Another thing we do. Another thing we do. Another thing we do.
squeeze speaking it, practice listening to it.
Another thing we do.
Another thing we do is
Another thing we do. Another thing we do. Another thing we do.
we squeeze some words.
Squeeze some
Okay,
words.
certain words
Okay, certain words.
we don't say all the syllables. We don't even
We don't say all the syllables. We
say all the letters.
don't even say all the
I've heard
letters.
many students say comfortable,
I've heard many students say comfortable.
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 Native speakers, we don't say
Native speakers, we don't say
this part. We don't say the or.
this part. Oh, we don't say.
We say
we say
comf,
com
ta,
to
bull.
bull.
And notice the last sound
Notice that the last sound
is like a small, tiny little I in there.
is small with a tiny little I in it.
Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Ta, bull.
Comfortable.
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 Okay? We don't pronounce the or. Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Nope. Don't do that. Another word like that.
Another word like that. Another word like that. Another word like that. Another word like that. Another word like that. Another word like that. Another word like that.
Interesting.
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 Find out what the syllables are. So sorry, my mistake. Interesting. If you want to emphasize something, we have a word called enunciate. When someone wants to emphasize a word, then they enunciate each syllable. They say,
They enunciate each syllable.